finally doing this. I'm so happy to be here with y'all. I'm so happy to be doing this. I'm so grateful to finally been taking action. It's been years in the coming, 10 years at least. And I can feel it in the cosmos. I can feel it. It's a grand rising. It's a universal awakening. I've had my awakening a long time ago, at least 10 years and up more. 2011 is probably the initial one of the first awakenings. As far as this new our present generation, it's been a road. Things I learned, things I overcame, things that I thought I overcame, and I snapped back and went backwards and crashed out. There's a lot of lessons that we needed to learn as indigo child, crystal child, as chosen ones, as awakened ones, high radiating, high vibrational beings, and all these things, right? I can feel it now more than ever to go out there and reach for souls and other people who may be lost or are not awakened yet, and all these stuff, which is just people who are just not aware of the truth, just truth in general. Truth of what? Just truth of truth. The truth of religion, the truth of science, the truth of this and that. It's just truth is truth. That's it. And the truth of life is air is air. You can't deny that air is air, no matter if you believe in air or not. Air is gonna not stop being air just because you don't believe in it. Air is gonna always be air regardless. So that's how the fundamental laws of truth, and that's just the truth of truth. Truth is not gonna stop being the truth just because you don't think it's the truth. You don't believe it just because you want to believe in this religion or that religion or this fictional God. That the real God is gonna stop being God. God's gonna always be God no matter what. The universe, all things, the higher supreme being, higher force is gonna always be what it is, regardless of if you give it credit or not. It might be dormant in your life. Might not be able to connect to it more if you was more aware, as if contrary to if you was aware of it. But in the meantime, God, the universe, all things, is so gracious. That's why Christians call it grace. That He's gonna always reach out, truth and knowledge and awareness, and is gonna always want to keep presenting Himself to you, because that's our natural state. Our natural state in life is abundance, truth, harmony. That's what we came here. That's how we came here. That's our natural state, love. So anything that's distraction, hate, fear, anything that's not within abundance and love, and that's man-made. That's something that was programmed into us. That's not how we came here. So anything else that's not the natural source is just man-made characters and this and that and things like that. And a lot of people can't even get past that part before they even start trying to embrace truth, because they're so caught up in, my religion said not to do this, or my religion. But where did you learn that religion from in the first place? Where did you started believing in it somewhere down the line when they implanted it into you? But if you had came into this world, let's say like in an island somewhere, and there was no book, there was no outer influences, you would just naturally gravitate to believing what naturally is, which is love, harmony, abundance, health, happiness, which is just radiating in love. That's all there is. There's killing, violence, greed, taking from others. That all came from an outer influence. That's not the natural state. The natural state, when it comes to truth, just truth to life, the truth to life, the natural state doesn't involve religion. It doesn't involve praising an outer god or a structure or a wooden figure or metal figure. It's nice to have representation symbolic of the natural elements of life, like the sun, water, trees. It's nice. I like those religions that they glorify God in His specific forms, like the sun, water. Other religions that don't understand that might be like, oh my God, they're glorifying the sun, or oh my God, they're praising a tree, and they don't understand that certain religions are just giving God His credit individually, specifically for all things. Like me, I like to thank God. I like to thank my water. Like I like water. Water is a natural element of the universe, so I look at it as God Himself in a natural element. Water, same thing with fire. That's why I like lighting up candles. People might think, oh my God, he's doing this and that, he's witchy, voodoo, whatever. They don't understand nothing. I just like the fire. It's a natural element. You know what I'm saying? I really don't like synthetic lights. I like the natural lighting. Fun fact, they say humans are supposed to sleep with a natural fire next to them. So if you didn't know that, they say that's good for you chemically and all that stuff. If you sleep with a fire next to you, like not a light bulb or a synthetic fluorescent light, a real fire, that says it enhances your sleep and stuff like that. But I like that. I like waterfalls. I like fire. Those are natural elements of life. Plants, which is trees. I got a plant back there, trees. And yeah, and air. Of course, you see, I got the fans. I got all the fans open. I got the windows. I like to have natural flowing air that just goes in and then leaves. You know what I'm saying? Not just the same stagnant air in the same house for days. I feel like air carries information, which is a frequency. It's a living thing. Air is our chi. It's what we breathe in. It's what's giving us life. So it's literally a vital life force. So if you study Taoism, that's they emphasize a lot on that, and that's why I actually like Taoism. If I was to pick a religion I kind of like, I like that they're a way of life. It's not even a religion, but it's, I believe life, that's how it was meant to be a way of life. And one thing that they emphasize on a lot is boosting your chi, which is your vital life force, which is air in itself, your breath. So without breathing, we wouldn't even have life. So imagine always breathing good, always getting the maximum capacity of oxygen to hit your brain, and you're always taking deep breaths. You would probably always be in a different mood, in a different mood. It would probably be more uplifting. You have more energy, you have more stamina. Your thought process will probably change because you're at a better place. You're breathing at a better place. You're constantly with your chest out subconsciously. You got your posture out, and all these things just playing a direct effect on each other. This is my first video, so I'm kind of like rambling through a mixture of miscellaneous things, just so you guys can get an idea of what what I'm on, what we be on, and what we be talking about, and what it really is. And it's just straight truth, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it all comes down to after learning and growing, if I could just sum it down to one thing that could kind of like just remember and remind me of whenever I'm feeling down or depressed or stuff, and something that could just bring me back without having to think of all these things I've been learning for years and 10 years and 15 and studying and separate articles that I've been read and separate shamans I've been met and stuff. If there's one thing that I could kind of like conclude it to and summarize it to and just kind of like overall and generalize it, and so I feel like as long as you keep your frequency high, as long as you raise your frequency and keep your frequency at a high frequency, then that's everything else just aligns after that. Like everything else just keep yourself in a high frequency, and all the things that you want to happen start manifesting more flawlessly, effortlessly. You notice how relationships just flow better, like the type of relationship that you would actually like and kind of like flow with, nothing forced, none of this stuff, no egotistic stuff. Just when you raise your frequency, you start noticing how things just really just flow effortlessly, just flawlessly. Honestly, I could go on and on and on about frequency in itself, but let's just say I'm gonna just say the truth, which all things is frequency. All things have frequency. All things are frequency. If we trace everything all the way down to the root, all the way down to the science, in the scientific term, if we go all the way down to the foundation, to the beginning, is everything's made out of an atom, protons and neutrons and the nucleus and all that, right? And to make that atom work, and before atoms, for atoms to even work in the first place, they need energy. So before things molded into a planet, or Earth, or human, dinosaurs, stars, before anything turned into anything, it had to be matter first. And for matter to be matter, and for us to have a proton neutron, we needed electrons, right? And all these things, right? And we needed a life form, and that was energy. That's energy. All things have energy. Every particle down to the T, down to the square root of whatever, everything is energy. That matter just turned into everything, right? Planet, stars, everything that we have, right? This table, this countertop, that fan, everything is matter. Me, my bones, my liquid water, everything is energy and frequency. So with that being said, our soul is energy frequency as well. Our thoughts, which is not a physical table, right? Let's just say, is a frequency in itself. Sound is a frequency in itself. Frequency, vibration. Right? Energy, frequency, vibrations. Right? Vibrations have frequencies. They are frequency. Vibrations, the more, I'm saying, the shorter they are, the more wider. I'm saying, so just stay with me now. So if all things are frequency, when you put two magnets together, they stick naturally. You put them against each other, they repel, right? What's causing that? There's no light switch that you turned on one magnet so it can start working. It just always does that. So that's the same thing. That's the same thing that happens when you match your thought patterns. So let me emphasize on this. Thoughts influence how you feel. So when a lot of people, I almost said it that way, I just wanted to clarify this. A lot of people say, hey, make sure your thoughts are in a high frequency and they align with what you want. A lot of people always talk about visualizing. The secret, a lot of people, law of attraction, all these new law of attraction heads, they're really like big on the whole movie The Secret and stuff. One thing that they don't emphasize on there is feeling it. They always talk about visualize, visualize, and you got to think it, you got to see it, and you got to see it before it happens. But you got to ultimately feel it. So if you're always visualizing and visualizing, you got vision boards and this that, but you're always in a feeling of stress and doubt and lack and depressed, that you can see all you want to see up here, but it's really right here. So energy, emotions, and feelings is where the power really lies when it comes to the law of attraction. Remember, this is the most important overlooked thing. People always talk about visualizing. It's feeling it. That's where the power is at. If you read the book Think and Grow Rich, go to the chapter where it talks about energy transmutation or sex transmutation. And it talks about channeling our emotions and our energies and transmuting it to the actions at hand and the things that we want to do. It's really our feeling that has the power. That's where the power is. Of the thoughts is the same thing as just me being able to pick this up and put it back down. That's it. That's all I can do. But if I could feel something, I could draw things in farther. So thinking is cool, moving is cool, but feeling is where it's really at. And that's why it's important to have desires and have passions growing up and nurturing those passions. Because desire is what drives you to take that action, which that action is what's going to set off a domino effect in succeeding in life. Not to mention that by feeling, you're also attracting opportunities and scenarios. You're going to be at the right spot at the right times, coincidentally, because you took action. Because you can think and visualize and feel, but if you don't take no action, then God could just manifest so much till you have to actually meet it halfway as well. So a lot of times God or the universe or whatever you want to call this God, or just all things, right? It's always trying to bless you, but you got to put yourself out there as well so you can heighten the chances. Frequency. What I was saying about frequency, which is just another way of saying having your emotional field, not be overwhelmed, not be depressed, not be negative. It's cool to it's okay to feel these things, understand them, meditate on them. If you're hurt or you're sad or you're mad or upset, learn what you need to learn from the situation. See what the universe is trying to teach you by making you go through the situation and experiencing these things, and then see what your logical brain has to say about these feelings and stuff. And then at the end of the day, you are your own teacher, so you have to sit there and be the wise one to, okay, I know I'm not supposed to kill, get mad, break, crash out. I'm supposed to love, loving kindness, gentleness, right? No matter how dug down, no matter how crazy situations we know that we're just ultimately here to be loved, to be kind, to be gentle. And so if it's not telling you that, and it's telling you otherwise, crash out and this, that, there's probably more of your fleshly, it's more your fleshly influences. You know what I'm saying? It's not like a soul intuitive thing nudge. A soul intuitive nudge would be kind of like lean more towards like love and purity. You know what I'm saying? And the main thing that I really just need y'all to understand is like, the more you raise your frequency, things fall into place. And I said that, but how? How do we raise our frequency? Doing the things we love. Going to the places we love, going outside, getting some sunlight, being by some trees, being in the beach. Somebody might like the beach and it raises their frequency. Somebody probably has bad memories of beaches, so it subconsciously makes them feel worse. But I can't hardly see that, because when you touching sand, no matter, and feeling the sun, it's just some things that you just can't change. Like the sun is gonna always make you feel a certain way. Being with trees is gonna make you feel some type of way. Like I used to always going to the trees in the parks and, oh my God, nature, and it was therapeutic for me when I was a kid. I used to always like the park. I didn't understand why. As I got older, I started going through dark situations. I was like, man, I'm not trying to go to a fucking park. That's not gonna do nothing. I'm just gonna be there. It's gonna be hard. It's just everything I'm going through is just overbearing. That not even a tree could fix it. But it's just because I was too strong in the bush. I done lost family members, lost brothers, and lost friends, and I went to a grieving point. And then I took a walk at a park. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee. There's a lot of greenery, and it's really clean up there. So, I have to go through this park every day for a period of 2 to 4 hours through this little park that's there because of just situations I was going through, so I had nowhere to go but that park. And by subconsciously, I was putting myself in that park every day. And after a week, I didn't even need 2 weeks or a month. After a week of continuously going to that park and forcing myself out of where I was just at, I was in the block, I was in the hood, I was in a grimy place, I was in Florida, I went to Tennessee. Not only am I changing my location, but it was the trees. Because trees radiate at a natural frequency. Nature, the ocean, all these things, they radiate. We radiate. Flowers, plants, animals, cats, dogs, they radiate. All things radiate at a certain frequency. So when you're in a park or at a tree or at an ocean, in the beach, these things radiate at a natural frequency. That's why when you stand barefoot, you naturally tap into the universe. You tap into the natural frequency that the earth is pulsating, which is love, harmony, subtle. It's a healing frequency. It's the frequency that we all universally supposed to be in. We were all supposed to come together as a whole, as humanity, and heal the earth and connect our energies together in our energetic grid. Like we're all connected, all our souls, and it heals the earth, which it has its own energetic grid. And then it probably goes on and on and on. It's probably why them people always coming down here to visit us and make sure we're not doing crazy things on each other. That's a side note. But we're here on the trees, beaches, plants, flowers, they all have natural frequencies. That's why some people feel healing energies when they come around nature and stuff. But I swear to you, it healed me. It healed me. It started reducing my edginess. I was not just stressed and depressed, but I was like real suppressed, real. Then I didn't think I was. I thought I was good because I have this knowledge, this and that. But you can have all this knowledge in the world, but if you're not emotionally in a good place, you're not gonna attract anything. Mind and heart are two separate things. I'm telling you. So it started healing my heart, and I'm sitting in this park, and I'm tearing up. I lost my blood brother 2 years ago. My blood relative 2 years ago, and I rarely dropped a tear. And being in that park, it made me tear up. I saw synchronistic numbers that had to do with my brother, and only that happened because I put my heart in a loving frequency, in a healing frequency, in a natural harmonious frequency. Sometimes I can't do that self willingly. So the universe has, it helps me because God is so gracious. Because God is so gracious, He's so loyal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm saying God in the sense of as if He was a person, just so you guys could kind of understand it. But it's all things. Life, the universe, God, all things is so. Life is so beautiful. It's always meant to just be loving and kind and nurturing, and it's love. We were born here with just pure, just love. And subconsciously, the trees, the park, nature was doing that. It helped me heal. I don't go to the beaches as much, but I essentially prefer putting my feet in sand. You put your feet in sand, you automatically feel that energy, just feeling like you get them butterflies. You ever like was a kid, like 5, 6, 7 years old, and you go outside barefoot to go play, and it's real sunny, so the asphalt is kind of like a little warm, and you stand on it, and you instantly like go into this little trance, like, and you get like butterflies in your stomach, like when you were a kid and they told you some exciting news that you're about to go to the beach or you're going to the water park, and you get like these little butterflies. Oh my God, I'm so excited! This butterfly. Those were your chakras. You just didn't know it yet. But now we're older, and you feel these energies within you, and you're like, oh my God, is it excitement? Is it this? Is it that? And it's your chakras. But when you put your feet in sand, or you put your bare feet in asphalt or grass on the floor, and you touch the ground, no matter what you're going through, if you stop, you feel that energy kind of like rising through your stomach or your spine, or you feel it. You know what I'm saying? And there's a lot of new age people, and they're real fanatics. They just, I'm a crystal. They just collect crystal heads, or they're real astrological, or they're real oh my God, chakras, and they'll just be that separately. But truth is truth. It's all these things. You know what I'm saying? You just don't get overly fanatical. Oh my God, just like fanned out and more for the facade and stuff like this. Is truth we're talking about. This is like it. Like life knows, the universe knows when you're like playing with it, or when you're trying to think. You can't finesse God. Like, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, so yeah, like, subconsciously, if you can't raise your frequency on your own, you can go to places that just subconsciously already do these things for you, and that will even be a plus. If I had the opportunity, and I had, just the opportunity, I'll be going to the beach probably every day, go to just a body of water every day. But the sand is nice, so a beach, but the sand is warm and stuff. But just bodies of water. Definitely got to look at the sky and the sun for like a good hour every day, whether you're drinking your best cold beverage, be under the sun, go to the shade for 5-10 minutes, go back to the sun, and take a notepad journal, which you could write down all the thoughts that come to you and all these ideas. Hoping that you're coming from a sane, pure type of place, where there's no depression, there's no anxiety, just a real clean, clear, sane clarity type of mindset frame, especially your heart. You're not holding grudges, you're not mad at people, because that's when you're an open portal. That's when you're an open channel to receive this information. What information from the sun? Does the sun just speak to you? It's not just like a voice in your head. It's just like an all-knowing. Like it doesn't matter if you're cognitive, if you're just intuitive in different ways, and there's different types of ways, but everybody has this. Everybody, if you go outside and you step out of your own physical way, and your logical brain, shut it off for a little bit, put that to the side, and just go on a pure heart and just go out to the sun, grateful, and to the beach and to the lake, or just outside and just let the sun hit you. You subconsciously kind of like start thinking about the things that you're supposed to be thinking about, like, what am I here for? My purpose? Am I really doing this? What impact am I making on the world? Is this what I want to do before I leave? You just, those are deep ass questions that just came up off top. If you lose yourself, if you go out there and you just tap back in, man, I'm telling you, you go out there and you just find yourself all over again every day. Sometimes you need to find yourself twice a day. You might You might wake up early and you're in your bag and you're focused and you're humble and you're grateful. And then you go out there with that one parent, your brother or a girlfriend or boyfriend or whatever you have, and they'll hit that trigger. They know your triggers. They know your trauma. They know the things that you've been through. They know the things that hurt you. They know the things you're trying to overcome. They know the things you're working on. They know the things that you know. They know you personally on an intimate level. They know you since you were a kid and all these things. And those will be the main people that will use these things against you. We're not talking about them right now. We could save that for another video. But these type of things are sometimes the things that they don't just make you blow up and crash out, but they sway you away from this path that's going to take you 2 months, 3 months, sometimes a year, weeks and stuff to make happen. These are things that you got to constantly radiate and at that frequency non-stop with no interruptions. And you're getting interrupted on a constant basis every day. That's just slowing down your manifestation. That's just slowing down the abundance that's on its way to you, or you putting yourself in the way of that alignment. It basically just comes back to the fact that we are energy, that we all emit frequency, we all give out frequency, we all radiate frequency, right? So we emit, we radiate, we give out frequency, which is our aura. Our aura is a result of what we're feeling. So whatever we're feeling is what we radiate, and that radiance that we give out is what you ultimately call your aura, your auric field. Plants, trees, people, you can say they have a brain and they think, but they don't get mad, they can't get stressed. Oh, this person took from me. So they're just at a natural frequency. I hope you guys got it this time. It's just a natural frequency. So when you come around a tree's auric field, you automatically feel that natural harmonious frequency that the earth is at, which is where we're supposed to subconsciously be at. So when we come to that, that's why trees heal us, because it brings us back to our natural harmonious frequency that we're supposed to be in, which is the one that keeps us healthy and fights away diseases, because our natural state is abundance, our natural state is healthy, our natural state is rich, our natural state is flawless. So if we're diseases and stuff like that, there's probably something in our auric field which we can't see that's fucking up and is reflecting back inward in our physical body. Same thing, vice versa. But this auric field thing is a real deal, and you can heal people. This is why tribes over there in India and I don't know what country they're doing it in, you know what I'm saying? But they literally pray tumors away. So just ponder on that. We sit here and surgically remove tumors with utensils. These people are focusing their energy on a patient, 4, 5, 6 of them, and they're literally seeing, scientifically proven, they're seeing the tumor reduce down to the midst of nothing and then disappear. Alright, so frequency is real. Naturally healing and frequency is real, man. And like, raise your frequency. That's all I can really think about. And it's not easy. I go through things myself. I've been supposed to do these videos, like I'm telling you, for like 10 years now. And we go through things, man. We go through things. You don't understand. But like, we're here now. We're here now. And those things that we do go through, the things that I went through, are for the sake of being able to understand this human experience. To understand this. We relate. We're relatable. I'm not just a guy who came here, had it all figured out, everything's just fine and dandy. I became rich early, so now I can't even relate what it is to be 20, 25, or 30 with this and that and this. No, like I came from the bottom. I dealt with the family traumas. I dealt with the betrayals. I dealt with the relationship thing. I dealt with the losing relatives. I dealt with the losing brothers, losing friends, which is a gain, because I got my friends are in the ethers. Now they're on the other side. They visit me to give me signs. They help me. But I had to deal with grief. I had to deal with confusion. I had to deal with betrayal in the midst of grief. And I ultimately had to deal with a lot of anger, and how to channel that energy without crashing out and sacrificing my whole existence, and not being able to be there for my child, not being able to be here for God, to be here for the world before I slide up out of here. But before I slide up out of here, I know the universe, God brought me here to do something, and I know what it is. I know what it's been since I was a kid, since I was a child. I've always known. I'm not gonna sit here and tell y'all like a lot of other people say, I know I was chosen when I was a kid. I used to hear voices, or I used to connect with aliens. None of that. I just always knew there was a God since I was a kid. Not the Jesus, not the churches, there was always an eternal God within me. I always knew. So as I got older, it started getting clearer and clearer, especially when I got the whole religion thing out of the way. I had to get the whole religion thing out of the way, because if I didn't, I was going to always be curious, and oh my God, is this God? Is this not God? So the universe, all things led me to the religion phase. When I was 18, I had a little church phase. When I was 18 for a whole year, I even went so hard as to I gave up everything. I gave up vices, the party life, sex, drugs, music, a lot of things, to go wholeheartedly, faithfully to this religion thing, the whole Jesus thing. I was the biggest Jesus freak. I even made songs about Jesus, all this stuff. But God, the universe, not Jesus, not the Bible, not no man, not no people from 1,000 years ago too. The all higher source was listening to me wholeheartedly when I was saying, I want to know who the real true God is. I want to know the things. I want to know the secrets. I want to know you, God. I'm so confused. I can't wrap my head around the whole Jesus thing. Churches keep telling me, don't doubt, just believe. If you don't believe, then that's a sin. And oh my God, you're not supposed to doubt, just believe. Just have faith. Hebrews 1:11 or 11:1, whatever. Just believe. And I couldn't wrap my head around that. And I feel like that me not wrapping my head around that and still having questions and doubt and always keeping that wonder alive is what made me an open vessel for God to pour onto me and or the universe, and it poured onto me because I didn't just close my mind out to, okay, God, speak to me through this Bible, because I know your word is your word, and it's the Bible, the Bible, the Bible. So I'm closing myself out to God to just speak to me through the Bible. But since I didn't do that, and I said, God, I'm confused, I still don't, just show me the true truth of you. So God said, all right, first of all, get out of there. I'm gonna throw you into this world, and I'm gonna have you go through situations, and I'm gonna give you synchronistics and confirmations that are so far out of this world that only you would be able to comprehend, and only you would be able to know that it's me, the true God, God of all gods, the universe, the all, the ethers. This video really felt good to make. It really felt really good to make. I thought I was gonna be here for like 5-10 minutes. I know I rambled. I went through a lot of different topics because I just really wanted to do that. A collage, abstract art. But I really do want to make more videos detailed, specifically about specific things each video, and give them a nice title, how people do. Or I might just keep this theme. Hopefully when they let me go live, I could go live and just do this while on live, and then just have the live section, or just like rambles, and where I come on and talk to people. And I can't wait to see you guys live actually speaking in the comments. That's one thing I've always been waiting on for the last year. I've been wanting to connect with like-minded souls, my tribe family, my soul tribe family, they and all these things. And I always knew it was true that your vibe attracts your tribe. And I attract people that I kind of know, but my vibe hasn't always been on this high frequency that I'm talking about. I went through depression, and I went through books, so that you already know what I attracted. I attracted a lot of books, and my vibe was attracting the wrong tribe, because that was generally where my vibe was at. I was learning, and I was like, oh my God, learn. God, he has a purpose. But then I was on, street shit, this block shit. Oh, why they did this? Or why they hurting me? Oh, I think I'm supposed to act like this, So I was radiating at a certain different frequency as the truth. So once you mix the truth with your feelings, and you mix them and put them in one, your heart, mind, put them together. Side note, the heart is the original brain. Not just because, hey, follow your heart. I know you've heard that before, and people say, oh, follow your heart. But your heart literally is the one that feels. But now, check me out. It's scientifically proven that your brain physically has neurons. It stores information. Your brain physically has neurons and transmitters just like a brain. It's just our brain has the left, and it has the right hemisphere and all that stuff. You feel me? This is it's just a brain. It's a muscle, with neurons and stuff, but it's a heart. And if you go way back, it's actually our original heart. It's our original heart. So mind you can think a lot of different things and then influence your heart to feel. Like I could get mad right now about something they did to me a week ago, and I'm gonna get mad, not because I felt like that today, but because I thought about that. So it sent the signal back down, and it made me feel. But if we're in tune with our heart and we feel what God naturally already makes us feel, and don't say that, oh, but sometimes I wake up feeling. Sometimes you wake up thinking, and it's overall affecting the way you feel. Your heart feels great every day. Just get out of your head. But if you wake up and you tap into that pure feeling, that happy feeling, that natural frequency feeling, and make your thoughts go based off that, then your thoughts are gonna match what you're feeling. Is actually like a transmitter. Your thoughts are gonna put what your heart feels, is gonna put it into thoughts and images and words, so you're able to see what you're feeling. So if you tap into the universe, like I was saying, when you go outside, how do you get information? You just subconsciously naturally start feeling things that if you tap in and quiet enough and get all them subconscious images out of your head, sex, kill, all that already there in your subconscious, and you just tap in, get clear, you'll feel, and you'll get these random little things. And then if you want to just be like, oh, that's my brain, and you kind of like tap in, it took a while till you start believing, oh my God, wait, hold on, this is probably some type of knowledge. Once you start like putting like images and words into this, it just literally, the universe just pours information straight to you directly. And you, like you might think it's a whisper. It's just, we have a brain. A brain can think. It can make images. It can think words. So it's like a cognitive, kind of like an all-knowing. Just to give you a closer understanding and all that. But that's that. I don't believe in drugs. I don't think drugs are. I think all drugs ultimately they kill your physical body. Besides certain ones that are natural and they grew from earth, like cannabis, mushrooms, and certain other things like DMT. I'm not sure too much. I can't think of them off top right now, but there's some that are natural. But now when we're talking about cocaine, heroin, Adderall, any pharmaceutical man-made drug, then that's what. Because don't do that. You know what I'm saying? But but overall, man, I don't think that you should need drugs to have an awakening. I know drugs sometimes. That's a whole nother video, but psilocybin in itself, and man, life is deep. But man-made drugs are man-made drugs. Natural stimulants, let's just call them that. I'd rather call them stimulants, because weed, mushroom, and certain other things, just drugs in general. are a stimulant, are things that stimulate something within you. But besides let's just call them the evil drugs, the bad drugs, the one that got long-term effects in your physical body, those drugs, put them to the side. I'm talking about a natural medicine that grows on earth, that is natural, that you can consume it and you won't have any side effects, that you don't have any long or short term anything. It's literally meant to be ate or taken in the same way you eat a strawberry. It's part of the flow of life. I would say that there's probably a direct connection between uh intaking a physical thing that came from the earth and intaking it and becoming one with it, where it just does something to you, where it kind of like your physical body gets out the way so your spirit could just be. Because our physical body, it just has all these physical things that were programmed into us logically, like again, like depression, stress, fear. Oh my God, this and that. All that's already there. It's thinking. It makes you sometimes feel, because you're so overwhelmed with thoughts. It makes you overall feel that way. That's why sometimes people feel how they feel. They're like, oh, what the yo, is your mind cluttered? Yeah, fix that, and then you'll see you start naturally feeling good. That's one thing also too that I learned, that clarity, like mental clarity, really gives you stability. Like a mental clarity really gives you peace of heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like mental clarity and peace of mind. Like when you have that mental clarity and you things that you need to fix and all that stuff, write them down, fix them. Like when you clean your room, it's easier to find that thing. Well, when you clean your mind, it's easier to just come back down to your heart and just be like, it feels so good to be alive today, man. It's easy to access that feeling. Just you're empty, But when you have all this, even get back to, oh my God, God, I'm so grateful today, or oh my God, God, you're so good, or oh wow, this cup of water, it feels so good. You can't even be grateful for the little things because you're so caught up on the bullshit. This video short, I really don't want to leave you guys, but they say the hardest part is starting, and this was the hardest part. Literally took me 10 years to just even make this first video. I've even tried starting certain videos and took them out, deleted. I don't know what happened to them, but I feel good about this video. I like it. I'm ready to go out there. Your vibe attracts your tribe. It's high frequency talking to you. I make music, by the way. I'm not gonna bombard y'all with music. Oh, big rapper is that. I really make beats. So I wanna hit y'all with some beats first, and later on in the months or weeks or a year, I can show you some how to do a little lyrical wordplay and how I get down. You know what I'm saying? But I'm big on words. But I make beats. I'm a music producer. I make beats. I'm gonna go make some beats right now. So I'm gonna scroll this up. I really want to say thank you so much to the people who watch all the way to the end. This is crazy to me. I don't really care about hate, negativity. I'm curious, honestly, because life is what you make it, and I love transmuting energy now. I've been getting it down packed. So just know that if y'all want to hate, that's literally gonna power me up as much as if you posted something positive. So you might as well not be a hater, because you're just gonna look like a hater. That doesn't do nothing over here. You're just gonna motivate. But when people showing love, that'll be cool, man. That'll be cool. Like if you guys want to like the video, if you guys want to subscribe, if you guys want to share it, that'll be cool. I don't, that's dope. I'm pretty sure it helps it. It helps it, the traction and the algorithm will help my video do what it needs to do. And man, I'm just excited. I'm ready to keep spreading truth with you guys. I'm ready to keep sharing truth with you guys. I'm not more or less than anybody in this world. We're all equal. And if you guys didn't learn anything out of this, or if anything was far-fetched or so hard, but you felt my vibes and it was good just vibing with me, or if you smoked the blunt, listen to me, or just chilling, like you felt like I was your brother, so that means the world to me as well. I've lost brothers, and just vibing with people in general, it's just awesome. It's cool. Y'all can just watch these videos and just sit there and just vibe and listen to me talk. That's even cool too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just on some love, on some like just being cool, like my bro, like a friend. Then yeah, if there's things that you guys want me to speak on, make videos about, I'm here to like do baby steps. I'm here to do it, start from all the way from the beginning, the fundamentals and things like that. I'm not too big on talking about deep things that were this far-fetched. It's hard to wrap our heads around, but we can get there. But I'm not too much into the deep things. I'm really heavy onto to how can I bring like my people to just where it's supposed to be, just high frequency. None of that crazy too deep alien reincarnation. None of that extra. Just how to get people from a depressed, hateful, grieving, negative, poverty mindset to just living the rich life. That's another concept and another idea I got as well coming up. It's called Rich Life. It's a clothing line. It's an idea. It's a concept that should be coming. But right now, it's just going from this mindset and this frequency to this high frequency. I'm telling you, your whole life changes. I seen it. I see when I radiate at a low frequency, the bullshit happens to me. I'm talking about accidents, car accidents, police, going to jail, losing money. I swear. Versus having a high frequency, my clientele goes up. I have more phone calls, more people start reaching out. People that I think about hit me up. Things that I want, I just naturally get it, or just comes to me, like literally. You know what I'm saying? With me taking action as well, I've literally seen it. I've seen it. But since I'm aware, I know that this is the proof of it. People don't know it, so they think, oh my God, I prayed to God and I had faith and Jesus gave it to me. So they accredit it to to an outer thing, and they didn't understand that all you did was change your frequency, and you manifested what you want. The power is within you. God said it. Jesus said. He said, as you think it shall be, or whatever. As you ask, you shall receive, whatever. Jesus was just talking about, what you think and feel is what you manifest, really. You know what I'm saying? But we can go deeper on that too, religion and Christianity and stuff like that on other videos. But it was really just good vibing with you guys. Go do my thing. We got Raws, and dispensary. I go to the dispensary. So everything's organic over here. Everything's the right way and legal over here. Shout out James for my best friend gave me this. My grandma left me this ring. This is my grandma, and then this is my mom. My grandma also left me this Nefertiti. It's random the way this happened, but this is good for anger. Life is what you make. It's not like, oh my God, it has power, but which they do kind of. But they just it's good to have natural elements close to you and around you, and they all have their little frequencies and stuff like that. Yeah, man, thank you guys so much. I'm really gonna leave this time. Continue being a champion. I love y'all. Like, I really love y'all. Again, remember the Vibe Attraction Tribe. I love y'all for real. And whoever comments and comes and shares love, I'm excited. I'm curious to know who's who. Write comments. Just please write a comment. No matter what it is, just write anything. Emojis. Hey, what's up? You want to say something? Just vibe with me. I want to see who's who. I want to see the world. I want to see the world. I want to see the people over there out there. You know what I'm saying? So remember, high frequency. Damn, I want to make this sound cooler. Remember, raise your frequency. Forget what people say. If you're going through shit in your house, just get in your own little zone, in your own little world. Put your headphones on. Remember, the internal dialogue is more important than whatever anybody else feels and says about you. So if you're already dealing with things within yourself and beating yourself down and fighting hard to get yourself into that, like, that's already bad enough for you to even be going through others. So make sure your internal dialogue is healthy, happy. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to your little brother, your little niece, your little nephew, somebody that you really respect a lot. Speak to yourself the same way if you love yourself. So forget what anybody thinks. Forget the people that make you stress. I'm telling you, love yourself. Take a nice little warm bath. Do push-ups. Work out. If people are picking on you, work out. Beat them up after. If a girl left you, get sexier. There's always a way to get better and win and override any bullshit and prove people wrong. As long as you got God with you and you got God in your heart and your heart is pure, it doesn't matter what anybody tries to plot, do against you. Your aura is going to stand strong. You're pure. Everything's going to be deflected and everything's going to go your way. As long as you stay pure and prayed up and meditate, no matter what you're going through. As long as you keep coming back to yourself, God, the universe, and repenting and saying thank you and I'm sorry and being pure and real with it, you're good. So I swear to God, you're good. And I seen it. God didn't take me out of a lot because I did the internal work. So I took the time out to sit there with myself for days in the box. No light, no books, no people, nothing. I went inside my internal self and I dealt with the things I needed to deal. Whether it was grudges, ego, anger, problems from years ago that I didn't let go. I had to deal them. I had to go within myself with no help, nobody there, no ego, and be humble and real and honest with myself and fix these things to the point where I build my own blessing and nobody could tell me anything about myself, about my heart, about where I'm at, because I knew all the internal work that I did within myself to fix it and the continued effort that I kept making as I kept walking this path. So when you repent and you get inside your heart and you get pure, you stay like that and you walk like that. No matter what other people try to come on and bring up the past against you and try to say that you're this and you're that, or look at you, you're just acting or you just, because the same way they're trying to manipulate you to crash out, God's watching.